Hey guys,
Howdy.
what's up and welcome back to the Roomies Digest. My name's Christine.
I'm Mo.
And today we're going to be talking about our December TBR.
No,
You're right.
you can do it. We're talking about our December wrap up. What
Oh my
we
god.
read in December.
Bum, bum,
Da 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 da
bum, bum.
da.
Anyway, our December wrap up. Whew. Did we even read books in December?
I'm gonna be honest. I didn't read half as many books as I anticipated, but that's me. It was my first time being home in 5 years, so a lot of people have things to tell me, and I had to listen. Can't just ignore them.
Yeah, it's definitely different doing a readathon during the holidays when you're like traveling and visiting people. I found that it was really hard for me as well to even like open a book because obviously your family wants to spend time with you.
Yeah, so like if you're just sitting there reading, they'll take that as in,
Yeah.
you know what I mean.
They interrupt you and
Yeah.
they're like, so what you been doing?
Yeah.
And you're like, I was trying to have quiet time and not talk to anyone, but love ya.
Yeah. And also, this is a great segue into actually some books I did read. I also was taken in by season 2 of Alice in Borderland. So I did spend a good 8 hours on that during the month. Like literally, I didn't stop watching it. Like I was like, oh my god, season 2 has dropped. And then I watched it all.
Well, at least you
But
had fun.
But that did spur a binge of the manga.
Okay.
So that is the first 2 books I read.
In December.
No, not my first 2 I'm going to talk about, excuse me.
Okay.
There we go. I read Alice in Borderland volumes 1 and 2. And it's a bit different from the show, but not too much. So if you like the show, I say pick it up.
What's the show about?
Great question.
There we
I'm
go.
glad you asked. So Alice in Borderland, I don't even know how to really explain it, but pretty much our main group of guys, a group of friends, get like something happens and everyone's vanished in their like hometown of Shibuya, I believe they live in. So a town in Japan, a city in Japan, and everyone's vanished and they're trying to figure out where everyone's gone, and they get stuck in these like games of life or death. So they pretty much have to play these games, and if they don't play these games, they could be unalived. So it's important that you win the games, and you all know that I love a good game trope.
Yeah, like
when
Squid
done
Games.
well. Squid Game. Yeah, it's similar to Squid Game, but set in Japan. It's really season 2 that made me realize that it's its own thing, but I won't go too far into Alice Borderland. But yes, I enjoyed it. I recommend the manga. I recommend volumes 1 and 2. I haven't read the whole thing, so don't let that speak for me. I don't know how it goes, but the show is fun too. So that is some things I read last month.
I'll go ahead and talk about a vlog that I did last month because that's going to knock out the majority of the books that I read. So last month I did 12 days of fantasy books where I basically challenged myself to have 12 days of reading only fantasy books because I was trying to up the amount of fantasy books that I read in 2022 because I didn't read as much fantasy as I wanted to. How many times did I just say fantasy in that last little bit, But the books that I read for that were The Sword of Kaigen, The Wolf of Oren-Yaro, 3 books in the Zodiac Academy, books 5, 6, and 7, which are Cursed Fates, Heartless Sky, and Fated Throne. And then obviously the last book in the Diviner's Quartet. So if you guys are interested in my thoughts and feelings about these books, I'm gonna link the video up in the cards so you can watch that really long vlog and experience what I experienced, which was definitely one of my favorite books of the year. So, yeah.
All right, so should we go with my favorite from the month?
Yeah, why not?
Which one do we think it is?
Flatshare.
You're right.
You were squealing about that book.
You're supposed to let him give him a chance. But yes, Flatshare was my favorite of the month. It is by Beth O'Leary. It was very cute. It follows 2 roommates that share a studio apartment. They share the same bed, but because of their differing work schedules, they don't really see each other ever. So they try to communicate through Post-it notes.
That's so
sticky
cute.
note. I know.
That's so cute.
And honestly, the art of letter writing really was screaming to my inner romantic, and I was sold immediately. So it was very cute. I gave this book 4 stars, and then I immediately went into Road Trip, but it wasn't giving me the same cuteness. I haven't given up on the Road Trip, but I did stop reading it. So
It was a pause for now situation.
it was a pause for now situation, but I did really enjoy
Flat share.
Flat share. Close proximity tropes abound. Okay, letter writing. It was more emotional. It had more emotional
Depth.
than I expected. So it was a pleasant surprise. Well done, Beth O'Leary.
Are you star rating stuff, or are you just going off vibes?
You guys know I do whatever I feel. So I gave a 4 if people are been tracking it, but the vibes were immaculate in this book. Anyway, 4 stars.
I'll talk about a romance that I was obsessed with last month. It is called Kiss Her Once for Me by Alison Cochrane. This is actually a sapphic romance. It's a second chance romance, and essentially our main character, I think her name is Ellie. She lives in Portland. She is an animator, and she happens to be down in the dumps because she got fired from her job. So now she works as a barista at a coffee shop, and she ends up striking a deal with like the owner of the property to like basically do like a fake marriage so that he can get his inheritance, and she like splits some of the money with him. Lo and behold, though, his sister is the girl that she hooked up with last Christmas.
Last Christmas, she gave you her heart, but the very next day, you gave it away.
That's the song that she references in this book so many times, and it's so perfect for this book, okay? So obviously they end up going to like a cabin for Christmas, and that's where all the drama ensues because they're there for like 10 days with the whole entire family. It was a really fun time. Definitely gave Christmas vibes. One of the best sapphic romances I've ever read, because I don't know why, but like sometimes sapphic romances just don't hit for me. I'm like, what? This could be so much better if XYZ, but this one was really cute. Not very spicy, so if you're looking for that, probably not your cup of tea, but emotionally, it was there. I'm giving this one a 4 stars. It was a fun time.
I meant to put this in my carry-on to read, and I forgot.
And you didn't.
Yeah.
This was like one of the first reads I
felt like this would be a
read
good
last
holiday
month.
read.
It really is. It was so much fun. So definitely recommend. I guess I'm like pretty harsh on holiday like
you really
romances. I got burned by 12 Dates of Christmas, and ever since then I just can't do it.
I've been up since in the holidays. I can't miss. So
there you go. So Kiss Her Once for Me. Highly recommend. Definitely love it. And then the only other thing that I read besides this other romance called The Reunion, which I don't even really want to talk about. Like I read this because it was like a NetGalley arc. It wasn't hitting.
I need to log into NetGalley.
Yeah, honestly, we both do.
What's the premise? I forgot.
The premise of it is there are these child actors who have now grown up. They're like older, and they come back for a reunion of the show.
Yes.
And they like rekindle. It's kind of second chance romance again because they had sort of romance.
An on-screen,
off-screen. Yeah, and they liked each other, but they never said anything. So then them coming back, like all that gets rekindled. And like it was not really it, y'all. The romance in this one was very forced. It was definitely like the girl was smitten with the guy, and for what reason? You know what I mean? Like he was giving 1% and she was giving 99%.
That's
you know
annoying.
What I mean? It was so bad. Like I was like, I can't even believe like the logic of this is not. It's not there. Like how does she even like him? He doesn't even say anything. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And like the stuff he would say would be so cheesy. I'd be like, does this really work? Because like this is like typical behavior, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Give him 1%.
Yeah.
Anyway, so it just wasn't good. Like I think I didn't even rate it because I was just like, ew. But like if I had to, I mean, I don't even feel like I want to rate it. I feel like I'd give it like a 2. Like it was kind of cool because of the show part of it, the reunion part of it. But like the characters, it was not good. Anyway, so not to bring it down, but
you weren't sold.
That was what it was. Yeah.
Do you like second chance romances?
I mean, this was a second chance romance. Kiss Her Once for Me, and that one was cute. So it just depends.
I guess that's technically.
I mean, it wasn't a full like, you know.
So maybe when it's done. No, I'm just saying, but it was a significant relationship. I'm comparing it to the other one by Olivia Dade for Game of Thrones or something.
Yeah, but there's like 3 of them. Which one do you mean?
The Game of Thrones one.
There's 3
They're all based on Game of Thrones.
They all are characters in the show. They're different characters that work on the show. So
the one you didn't like.
Oh, the most recent one? Mm-hmm. Yeah, that one.
Because I'm like, in my head.
That one I didn't like because the guy was a
That's what I'm saying. And it sounds similar to what you just said for Reunion.
I hear what you're saying.
As a second chance.
This guy wasn't mean. He just like had no flavor. He was just a wet blanket. And I didn't understand why she was so obsessed with him.
Oh, okay.
I was like, he's literally not giving you anything. Like he's literally just like making out and
white bread.
And then he like did some stuff that was
no
sketchy.
Toast,
and I was
flavor.
like, why are you being such a weirdo?
White rice. Okay.
And she also was like a little bit more successful than him. So like to have
But together they might have made something.
You can read this book if you want. Like I'm telling you, it's not good though.
Because all you need sometimes is like a basic ingredient, and then you can build different.
The basic ingredient was him.
I know. Maybe she saw the potential. Because not me trying to stick up, because you really was just like,
you can for
beautiful
sure.
gowns, lovely gowns.
Sure, read it if you want, Moni, but I will not be partaking.
Okay,
anyway,
I'm gonna trust you on that.
So that was that one, and I guess if I have to talk about the last read that I read Saga. I finally read Saga, and it was 5 stars. So good. Little fantasy, sci-fi adventure, basically about a family like fighting for their families, okay? Essentially, there are these two types of people that are in a war against each other. These two people are from each place, country, planet, whatever you want to call it. It's a planet, that's what it is. So anyway, they end up having a kid because they're in love. They're like married, they're in it for the long haul, but everybody wants to pull them apart. They're actually like getting hunted by bounty hunters. And I just thought this was so much fun because of the exploration of like the different worlds in this, because like they're world hopping, there's like all these different characters, and it was a lot of fun. Definitely has nudity and violence, so if that's something that you're not into, I would suggest not reading this. But it's not like every single page, you know what I mean? It's just for certain parts of like the worlds and stuff. So I really liked it. I like the main characters. I think they're fun. Y'all know magic is always a good time for me, and I can't wait to continue. Like I'm so glad that I finally picked up Saga.
Finally, this has been on my shelf for years. This is like one of the first books I bought because of a BookTube suggestion.
Yeah.
I finally have read Truly Devious. And y'all, it was okay. It was okay. I read it. I thought it was going to be, after a while I realized I might be overhyped. But this wasn't too bad. I did enjoy it. The cliffhanger got me. I've heard that the ending was very like
cliffhangery.
Yeah, so like I do kind of want to read the second one, but also I don't, because I don't want to go down this
to continue again
rabbit. Yeah, you know what I mean. Like
maybe you can check it out from the library, but not buy it.
Yes, but I'm like also it was like it took a minute to get there. You know, to get to this ending, which was honestly, I didn't see it coming. And I'm normally that's why I'm giving it a higher rating. I'm gonna give it a 4.
Wow.
Yeah, the ending I didn't see coming. I really didn't.
That's crazy.
Like, I thought something was amiss, but I didn't see what the twist could be. But maybe that's because I wasn't really understanding what was going on in this. Exactly. Like, maybe I thought, because there's like a timeline in the present, then there's like a timeline in the past. And so you keep getting more information about the weird stuff that happened in the school in the past. And then we have a crime that happened in the present. And they're all kind of connected loosely because, you know, the students were trying to make a documentary about the weird stuff that happened in school in the past. So I was like, how is this stuff in the past going to help us? So, yeah. So I think I was trying to do too much. And I missed what was right there. So the end was good. So I give kudos to Maureen. And I do feel like she really enjoys a good mystery. Like, it was really well crafted.
So definitely for like mystery readers.
Yeah, I would recommend. I'll recommend. It is YA though, y'all. So let me lead with that. This is a YA novel.
Is it better than One of Us is Lying?
Ooh. One of Us is Lying though is completed. You know what I mean? This is not even done.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I read a whole book and it was solved, but it wasn't really solved.
You need to read that. The
Murder Girls.
Yeah, you need to read that book.
Girls Guide to Murder.
Yeah, you really do, because I really like that one. And
I need to read the one by the one author. She wrote the one about the cult.
Courtney Summers?
Yeah. But what's it called? Sadie Hawkins. Sadie.
Sadie. Oh, you want to read Sadie?
Yeah, I should.
Oh my God, that's like one of my favorites too.
That's what I'm saying. Isn't it similar?
Yeah, I mean, well, Sadie, that one is she's trying to find her sister. So it's not necessarily like a murder, but it's a mystery because it's going between two POVs. One is like a podcast person who is like reporting on the missing girl, and the other one is like Sadie, who is going to like find her sister.
That and Good Girls Guide to Murder are the two like YA mysteries that I want to read eventually.
Those are definitely my two favorites.
Yeah.
Like Sadie, special place in my heart. Courtney Summers. Can't speak to the other ones.
Yeah. So
that's Sadie was good.
Pretty much it. I hadn't finished it, but I'm reading Lakewood right now, enjoying it. I did start Decagon House Murders, but that was a little too heavy for me, like writing style. Required a lot more energy. So I also paused that just to keep y'all updated.
Pause for now.
What's going on in my reading. So I think I'm gonna start something good. I'm not gonna tell y'all because what if I don't finish it? And then you'll be like, Minnie, why even bring it up? So I'm gonna see how I fare.
Something good? Months. Do I know what it is?
Yeah, you do.
American Gods?
No, why would I read books I said I was gonna read?
That's funny.
Yeah, concepts.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, that's it. That's the last wrap up of 2022. If you guys like this video, give it a like for us. Comment down below your favorite book from December. Definitely hit that subscribe button if you want to know when we're putting out content, and also the notification bell if you don't want to miss another video from us.
All right. Well, I'm not even gonna say it because we're not doing that.
Jinx?
Because you owe me soda.
I said jinx.
You owe me a soda. It's whoever says it first. Actually, who makes up these rules?
Just honestly, games, you know?
When we say things at the same time, it should be like, like, whoa.
Trying to get out of getting me in.
I'm not buying anything.
Okay.
Anyway, guys, that is what we read in December. We'll see you next time. Until then, bye.